Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Pakistani girl education activist Malala Yousafzai meets acting president Professor Yemi Osinbajo, asks federal government to declare state of emergency in education sector. Appeal court in Lagos upholds the conviction of 9 foreigners for crude oil theft. Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria demands timeline from the National Broadcasting Commission for digital switchover. And European Union to restrict exports of inflatable boats to Libya to curb the smuggling of migrants. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And to the Eyewitness pictures of the day, we begin with this one from Idiaraba in Lagos State, showing a canal filled with refuse. Our Eyewitness reporter says they need to be cleared and is requesting government to ban this act to prevent the danger it poses to health. From Badagry is this image, a waterlogged road which our Eyewitness reporter says is the only access to a Kiagbe community. He says it is very hectic walking through it every day. And still on bad roads, from Lokoja in Kogi State, showing an abandoned route that has allegedly turned into a river outlet. Our Eyewitness reporter wants the government to repair the road as soon as possible. Our next image is from Elemelo government area in River State. It shows a fallen truck. Our Eyewitness reporter claims the bad state of the road caused the accident and therefore wants appropriate authorities to intervene. Thank you for the pictures, and we ask that you keep them pouring in. Well, the police in Borno State have confirmed that at least 9 persons, including a suicide bomber, were killed in a suicide attack at a mosque in Maiduguri, Borno State. The blast happened at about 5:30 this morning when a female bomber detonated her explosives at a mosque in the London Siki area, where she was chased down by residents who were suspicious. The police also revealed that 2 other suicide bombers were killed in the Mamanti area as they tried to cross the ditch around the city's perimeter, while another set off her explosives in the suburb of Simari. There has been an increase in the attacks on Borno State by Boko Haram militants in the past 6 months. Meanwhile, a video said to have been released by Boko Haram has surfaced showing some women abducted by the militants in Borno State, pleading with the federal government to negotiate with insurgents to free them. Well, the women were amongst those forcefully taken away last month after the terrorists attacked a convoy traveling from Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to Damboa. Some of those in the convoy, including security personnel, were killed in the ambush. In the video published by Sahara reporters, some of the women were seen sobbing as they took turns to speak under the watchful eyes of their abductors. The Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, BON, has asked the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, to issue a timeline for digital switchover. The communique was issued at the 67th General Assembly and 16th Annual General Meeting of the organization in Imo State.
It's the 67th General Assembly and 16th Annual General Meeting of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON. Gathered here at the Imo Trade and Investment Center are members of the organization from across the country, led by its chairman and chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo. Declaring the event open, the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, asked the organization to use its various platforms to rebrand and repackage Nigeria's positive values and potential.
The board's report to see how we can project Nigeria and repackage Nigeria for public and international consumption.
Then a welcome address by the host, the Director General of the Imo Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Ralph Afuaku.
The essence of this General Assembly, Your Excellency, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is for God to chart the way forward for the emerging broadcast dispensation.
The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, having failed to meet the earlier deadline on the digital switchover, Bond demands that the NBC make all the necessary coordinations before setting another deadline.
Bond's position is that there's need for a roadmap. If we set another deadline, we'll miss it. And there's no doubt about that. And I've told the NBC 2 times that they've set their deadlines, that we weren't going to meet those deadlines, because there's nothing on ground. We have to be serious about this. And I think the NBC, the Ministry of Information, the DSO, the DG team should ensure that there's a roadmap put together. They follow the white paper, do a hard research, and then get all stakeholders together again. Let us know what their plans are and be truthful to the implementation of the white paper, and then we can get things moving.
The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, represented by the General Manager, NTA Owerri, Gladys Igboanugo, commends Bond for its contribution in the development of the broadcast industry.
On behalf of the government of Nigeria, I appreciate your roles so far in publicizing the activities of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari and the nation under his leadership.
The broadcasting organizations of Nigeria have promised to send the communique of its 16th annual general meeting to the NBC, which it hopes will be treated with the attention it deserves to reposition the broadcast industry.
And to some politics now, leaders of the People's Democratic Party are regrouping to re-strategize on bringing the party back on track after a long-drawn leadership battle. The Caucus meeting started today at the party's National Secretariat in Abuja, with former President Goodluck Jonathan leading the pack. Others include former National Chairman of the party, Vincent Ogbolafor, Amadu Ali and Ali Modu Sheriff. At the end of the meeting, former President Goodluck Jonathan urged the party leaders to focus on rebuilding the party structures that were almost destroyed during the leadership tussle. Also, Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Governor Ayodele Fayose, appealed to members to go back to their states and regain the confidence of their constituents ahead of the 2019 general elections. Meanwhile, some members of the People's Democratic Party, this time in Delta State, have been reacting to the Supreme Court judgment which affirmed Senator Ahmed Makarfi as the authentic chairman of the party. Addressing members of the group in Warri, Delta State party chieftain in the state, Dr. Cairo Ojuogbo, told party supporters that it is imperative for them to stay focused and await further directive from the National Working Committee of the party. According to him, since the main objective of the PDP is how to resolve the lingering leadership crisis ahead of the 2019 general elections, members must stand with the party for peace to reign.
With the written judgment of the Supreme Court and our lawyers' advice, like the National Working Committee and the chairman of the party, Ali Modu Sheriff, has said, we will also, our doors are open for discussion, like we have told you. However it is, we will come down here again and consult with you. I implore all of you to go back to your various units, ward and local government, and continue to meet. Stay as one.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has dismissed the appeal filed by the Governor of Ondo State, Mr. Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, challenging the order of a federal high court which empowered his challenger, Olusegun Abraham, to serve court summons on him through substituted service. Mr. Abraham, who was the first runner-up in the All Progressives Congress primary, is seeking an order to nullifying the election of Mr. Akeredolu as Governor of Ondo State.
A federal high court in Abuja had adjourned indefinitely a suit filed by Dr. Olusegun Abraham, the first runner-up in the last governorship primary election of the All Progressives Congress in Ondo State, seeking an order to nullify the election of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. The federal high court had granted an order to serve court summons on Governor Akeredolu through substituted means. In a judgment delivered by Justice Abdul Aboki on Monday, July the 17th, the Court of Appeal dismissed the governor's ground of appeal on the basis that the federal high court was right to order the service of court summons on him through his party headquarters in Abuja. Lawyer to Dr. Olusegun Abraham expressed satisfaction, saying the verdict of the court will afford his client the opportunity to expose the irregularities of the primary election. However, Governor Akeredolu was specifically against the ruling of the Federal High Court delivered on the 16th of December 2016, in which Dr. Abraham was granted the said order, which enabled him serve the governor and other defendants through substituted means. He appealed the judgment.
The import of today's judgment is that the service of the originating summons served on the appellant, that is Chief Akeredolu SAN, is proper in law.
The lawyer to Mr. Akeredolu, however, announced plans to consult with his client on the next line of action.
This is an interlocutory appeal by which we are challenging service on our client. And like you heard from the judgment of the court, they have restated the law that service was proper. But we will apply for the judgment of the court, we'll study it, and know what next to do.
The verdict of the appeal court now clears the coast for Dr. Olusegun Abraham to challenge the September 3, 2016 primary election of the All Progressives Congress that produced Mr. Oluwarotimi Akeredolu as the governor of Ondo State.
When the news at 10 returns, Nigeria's food index surges to 19.9% in June as Nigeria's headline inflation falls further to 16.1%. That's in business news. Do join us again.